for those who want to see the return more than anything else are going to risk it, and they'll figure out something. I mean, I figured out I didn't have a huge amount of savings. My poor parents had to float my rent for 14 months out of my dad's retirement account.
Yeah.
And the day that I could pay it back was the greatest day ever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I timed it so it would land on his birthday, which was in January. And I put in a check for the last amount that I believed I owed him, because we had our little father-daughter agreement. Like, Dad, I really want that, and he would say, well, I really want this, so we would exchange, call it even. But I still knew I still owed quite a bit, and so that last check that I sent, my mom said that he cried. He was like, my daughter, I'm so proud of her. Like, that felt so good to do that.
Amazing.
As it should. It should. And let me ask you this. I really pray my team is listening to this, right? Because you're really detailing the hero's journey, right? Like going from the pit to at least another scale on the mountain, right?
Yes.
And I want to ask you, just in your experience, because you're also detailing how you started really young, right? Kind of like part of it seemed like nature,
yes,
right? This
it was
journey
nature.
that you're on right now. So
right.
how would you say, or how would you relate to the idea that entrepreneurs are born and not bred?
Ooh.
Oh, I went on this whole tangent about this not that long ago, where I felt the need to separate between employee, entrepreneur, and solo business owner. Because we can all be any combination of those things, and we can all be maybe even two of those things. But I feel a lot of people like to jump on the entrepreneur train and call themselves an entrepreneur, and they're working for another company. No, honey. Let me go back to the beginning. We almost always start as an employee, where somebody pays us or compensates us for the time and energy that we put towards their business. That person who owns that business could be an employer and could be a solo business person.
Right.
But an entrepreneur goes beyond that. And I'm not saying one is better than the other, because we need all three.
Yeah,
we need all three.
It's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody.
No.
I feel entrepreneurship goes in a different direction, where you're not necessarily working for somebody. I always say I'm working for the client.
Right.
I work for the client, but I provide different experiences, different products that aren't necessarily found in a shop.
Right.
So when someone comes to me and they say, well, what sets you apart? Well, aside from a specific business skincare line that I have, the tours that I offer, the SD Bestie tours, the coaching, all of the other things, those are streams of revenue that I've created. But